Amy, that's amazing! Getting recognized by the company like that. I couldn't be prouder. Thanks, Grandma, but it was just luck. Don't say that. You earned those results through your own hard work. Hold your head high. I guess. Amy, you seem down. Is something troubling you? Huh? You've been at my company for a year now. I know starting your career must be exhausting, but I've noticed you losing your spark. Have I really changed that much? When you first got the job, you called me every day excited about what you learned. Now you barely mention work at all. I don't want to complain all the time. You're an adult now, so I decided to wait until you were ready to talk. But that was only if it stayed within reasonable limits. I'm sorry, but I actually saw you writing a resignation letter. You saw that? It was torn up and thrown away, wasn't it? I happened to see it when taking out the trash. I can't believe you saw that. I was hoping no one would know. How many times did you write it before throwing it away? 3 times, maybe 4. Oh, honey, that tells me everything I need to know about how you're struggling. I just keep going back and forth. Part of me wants to quit, but part of me doesn't want to give up. Is there something so terrible or painful that it's making you want to quit? I know how much you love your job and find meaning in it. I do love the work itself. The projects are interesting, and I feel like I'm contributing something meaningful. Then what's making you want to leave? It's complicated. The work environment is challenging. For you to want to quit, something really serious must have happened. If you're comfortable talking to me about it, I'm here to listen. You won't judge me or think I'm being weak? Never. You're the strongest person I know, Amy. Thank you. Actually, I am having some trouble. Trouble? Yeah, my boss Jake has been illegally parking in my contracted parking spot. Your contracted spot? That's the one I helped you find, right? Yes, the one near the station. And Jake is parking there illegally? Yeah, Jake drives this fancy car, some expensive German luxury sedan, so it was easy to spot. He seems to use it whenever I'm not there. Wait, how did you first notice this was happening? I came in early one Monday and saw his car in my spot. At first, I thought maybe I was confused about which spot was mine. But you weren't confused. No, I double-checked my contract, took photos of the spot number. It was definitely mine. How often is he doing this? Every time I have a day off, and sometimes even when I'm just running late. I've had to park 3 blocks away and walk in heels more times than I can count. That's terrible. You're the one paying for it. I heard that parking lot fills up quickly since it's so close to the station. Exactly, and it's not cheap. I'm paying a fortune every month for that spot. You're spending money that you're earning through your hard work, and he's just taking advantage of it. Did you tell Jake about this? I did, but he won't stop, and it's been going on for a year now. A whole year? Amy, why didn't you tell me about this sooner? I kept thinking maybe it would resolve itself. Maybe he'd realize what he was doing wrong. And clearly, that didn't happen. No, if anything, he's gotten more brazen about it. What did he say when you confronted him? He basically laughed it off and said since he's my boss, he has a right to use company resources. Company resources? It's your personal parking contract. I tried explaining that, but he just shut me down. Then called the police. What? Of course, he's parking there without paying and without permission. And for a whole year, that's completely malicious. But Grandma, he's my boss. Won't that create problems at work? So what if he's your boss? That doesn't give him the right to steal from you. I know, but if a grown adult can't follow basic rules, they shouldn't be using that space. Report him. It's your right as the person who contracted the spot. What if he retaliates? What if he makes my work life even worse? Worse than it already is? Amy, you were writing resignation letters. That's true. I guess I can't get much lower than wanting to quit. Exactly. And if he does retaliate, that's another thing that can be reported. I'll try talking to Jake one more time tomorrow. Amy, what are you being so passive for? You've already tried talking to him for a year. I hate confrontation. You know that about me. I know, sweetheart, but sometimes confrontation is necessary to protect yourself. What if it escalates? What if he gets really angry? Then you'll have even more evidence of his inappropriate behavior. I mean, if it becomes a big deal, it could cause problems. If he doesn't listen tomorrow, then I'll call the police. That's my girl. You need to stand up for yourself. Honestly, I just hope that kindness of yours doesn't get trampled on. You're right, Grandma. I've been too passive about this whole situation. I just worry that people take advantage of your gentle nature. I'll try to be stronger tomorrow, I promise. Jake, please stop using my parking spot without permission during my days off.
What? Oh, if it isn't Parker coming at me out of nowhere like that, looks like getting some decent results at work has gone to your head.
That's not it. I just want you to stop parking illegally.
Illegally? That's a strong word for someone in your position.
But I have a contract for that spot. I pay for it every month.
Shut up! Don't you dare lecture me!
I'm not lecturing you. I'm just asking you to respect my property rights.
Property rights? Listen to yourself. You sound like some entitled college brat. Besides, if you contracted the spot, that's basically the same as me contracting it, since I'm your boss.
That's completely unreasonable.
Unreasonable? You're the one being unreasonable here.
How is asking you not to use something I pay for being unreasonable?
You can't read the room, you're slow at work. Just being here causes problems for everyone. Who do you think covers for you every single day?
I work hard every day. I stay late to finish my assignments.
Staying late because you're slow isn't the same as working hard. I'll ask you one more time. Who do you think is covering for your ass?
But
I asked you who can't even answer a simple question properly.
You do, Jake.
That's right, it's me, Jake, and don't you forget it!
Yes, sir.
And this is the attitude you give me? You should be grateful to me!
I am grateful for your guidance, but...
Everyone else in the department is fed up with how slow you are, too!
That's not true. Sarah from accounting said my reports were really detailed.
Sarah doesn't know what she's talking about. She's not your supervisor. You just make the atmosphere worse by being here, but you sure don't hesitate to push your own agenda.
I don't have an agenda. I just want to use the parking spot I pay for.
That's your agenda right there, always thinking about yourself. That's why you're still stuck in that college mindset. It's been a year already. Can't you grow up even a little?
I'm trying to be professional about this. I'm not asking for anything unreasonable.
Professional? This whole conversation is unprofessional. You're challenging your superior.
I'm sorry.
Good. Now finish those menial tasks I emailed you about today.
The data entry assignments?
Someone who gets a little success and lets it go to their head deserves nothing but grunt work.
I thought those were temporary assignments.
They're permanent now. Maybe that'll teach you some humility.
Understood.
And Parker, next time you want to have a discussion with me, remember your place.
Amy, what did Jake say? It was hopeless. I thought as much. If talking worked, he wouldn't have been parking there illegally for a whole year. What exactly did he tell you? He said that since I contracted the spot, it's basically the same as him contracting it because he's my boss. That makes no sense whatsoever. That's not how contracts work. He also said I should be grateful to him for covering for my mistakes. What mistakes? You just got recognized for your good work. He says I'm slow and that everyone in the department is fed up with me. Amy, that sounds like manipulation. Good bosses don't tear down their employees like that. Maybe he's right, though. Maybe I am causing problems for everyone. Stop that right now. You're falling into his trap. What if I really am as incompetent as he says? If you were incompetent, would you have gotten that recognition from the company? I guess not. What should we do? I guess we really do need to call the police. This is getting worse by the minute. Amy, this isn't just about the parking spot anymore. Instead of asking me, you should take action yourself. Huh? Listen, Amy, I'm going to be harsh here, but I'm not kind enough to help people who won't help themselves. You know that about me, don't you? I do. You've always been strict like that. Really tough. That's probably why you found it hard to come to me about this. Yeah, I knew you'd tell me to fight back, and I wasn't ready to hear that. And now, it's true that I can help you with this situation, but only if you have the courage to take action yourself first. What kind of action? You know what needs to be done. You've known all along. Call the police about the parking violation. That's a start, but I will never let your courage be wasted. Don't forget that. What does that mean exactly? It means that when you're ready to stand up for yourself, you won't be standing alone. Yeah, thank you, Grandma. I'll do what I can. Otherwise, I don't think I can keep working there. There's more going on besides this, isn't there? Yeah, but I can't talk about it right now. I don't want to make it a big deal. I understand. Thank you, Grandma. I'll try to be a little braver. You don't need to be a little braver. You need to be a lot braver, but I believe in you. I hope I don't disappoint you. You could never disappoint me, sweetheart. I'm proud of you no matter what. Jake, please stop parking illegally. Even if I'm an incompetent, useless person, that doesn't give you the right to break the rules by parking in a spot you don't have a contract for.
This again? We talked about this yesterday!
Yes, we did, and you made it clear that you have no intention of stopping.
You've got a really bad memory! Listen, you're a useless burden who causes problems for everyone!
Even if that's true, it doesn't change the fact that you're violating parking regulations.
Since I'm the boss stuck with such a worthless subordinate, I have the right to use my subordinate's parking spot however I want!
That's not how the law works, Jake.
The law? Don't make me laugh!
I'm calling the police.
Police? What's the point?
The point is that you're committing a parking violation every time you use my spot.
Go ahead and sue me if you want. It'll hurt your performance review, though.
Are you threatening me?
I'm just stating facts. Actions have consequences.
So does illegal parking.
You don't have the guts to follow through with this.
I just filed a report. I'm at the police station right now.
What? Are you serious?
If you had just promised to stop, I wasn't planning to go through with it.
This is insane! Over a parking spot?
It's not just about the parking spot anymore, Jake. I can't take it anymore. I won't put up with it. We've reached the point of no return.
Don't mess with me! You don't have the guts to do something like that! You're bluffing!
This isn't a bluff. I have someone supporting me now.
Who? Who's supporting you?
Someone who taught me that I don't have to accept being treated badly just because someone has authority over me. I won't run away anymore. I don't want to hate my job any more than I already do.
You're making a huge mistake, Parker.
The only mistake I made was waiting this long to stand up for myself.
You have no idea what you've just done!
I know exactly what I've done. I've finally decided to respect myself.
Hey, Parker, you're supposed to be in the office today. Who gave you permission to take time off?
I submitted my vacation request in advance. I always planned to take today off.
Screw that! Get your ass to the office!
Why would I need to? You said I'm useless and worthless, right? Then there's no point in me being there.
Don't be a smart mouth with me!
I'm not being a smart mouth. I'm using logic.
Shut up! Even if you're not here, you can still do menial tasks! Get over here now!
I'm on my approved vacation day. I'm not obligated to work.
And what's this weird invoice you left on my desk?
Invoice?
Don't play dumb! You left a bill demanding I pay for using your parking spot!
What exactly does this invoice say?
You had the nerve to charge me half the monthly fee for a whole year!
What? I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't leave anything like that.
Don't lie! Who else would have done it?
I honestly don't know.
You think you can pull this crap and get away with it? You're in for it now!
I already told you I didn't leave any invoice.
Don't expect any raises ever again. You know I have connections in HR, right? I'll make an example of what happens when an incompetent employee tries to fight back.
That's totally abusive. Why are you doing this? I'm just asking you to stop.
You wanna know why?
Yes, I genuinely want to understand what I did to deserve this treatment.
Why? Because you're in the way. You've been annoying me since day one with your I love my job attitude as a new hire.
So you've been targeting me from the beginning?
Having some clueless college kid around makes everyone else restless too.
How does my enthusiasm make others restless?
So I started piling grunt work on you, but then you get a little success and start acting up like this. How could I not find you annoying?
You've been deliberately giving me meaningless work to try to break my spirit?
Didn't they teach you not to cause trouble for others in school? Go back to college, you troublemaker!
That's horrible! The only trouble I've caused is refusing to let you steal from me.
Well, you better regret crossing me!
I don't regret standing up for myself. That's something I should have done a long time ago.
Or you could just quit. That would be even better. It'd be a relief. Perfect for someone as weak as you.
If I'm so weak, how come you're so afraid of a simple police report?
I'm not afraid of anything.
Then why are you so angry about the invoice in the police report?
Because you're trying to make me look bad.
No, Jake, you're making yourself look bad. I'm just finally refusing to cover for you.
What the hell is this? Why am I getting a warning from HR?
A warning?
Don't play dumb. This is your doing. They're saying I violated company compliance policies.
What kind of compliance policies?
Something about employee harassment and abuse of power.
I see. But I never reported you.
Damn it! Why is HR targeting me?
Maybe because you actually did violate compliance policies?
I haven't done anything wrong! This is all your fault!
I haven't done anything. I've never even talked to anyone in HR.
Liar! What dirty tricks did you pull?
Why would I need to use dirty tricks? The truth speaks for itself. I haven't done anything.
Someone as incompetent as you probably used your body, didn't you?
Excuse me? Did you just suggest what I think you suggested?
This company actively hires women because the CEO is female, but it's disgusting how some women resort to using their bodies at times like this.
That is completely inappropriate and offensive. I didn't do anything like that.
That has to be it. The people in HR are pretty uptight.
Or maybe they're just doing their job by investigating harassment complaints.
Except for people like the CEO who've proven themselves with real achievements, they don't listen to anyone's requests.
What do you mean by that?
I had to work really hard to get in their good graces. For someone useless like you to get their attention, that's the only explanation.
Even if you say that, I never spoke to HR.
Just stop it right now. I didn't do anything wrong.
If you didn't do anything wrong, then you have nothing to worry about, right?
This whole situation is ridiculous. I'm the victim here.
How exactly are you the victim in this situation?
You've been plotting against me from the beginning.
I've been trying to do my job and park in the spot I pay for. If that's plotting against you, then maybe you should examine your own behavior. Jake, do you have a moment?
CEO? What's going on? And why are you texting me?
I prefer to handle certain matters directly. It's more personal that way.
Is this about the HR warning? Because I can explain everything.
You saw the invoice I had placed on your desk, right?
Invoice? That was left by my subordinate.
It doesn't matter whether I left it or my subordinate did. You clearly saw the contents, which is reassuring. You've been using a parking spot without a contract. If you use a parking spot, naturally you have an obligation to pay the usage fee, so you need to pay me properly.
Pay you? I don't understand, huh?
Oh my, didn't you realize? That parking lot is on my property.
The whole parking lot? It's yours, CEO?
That's right. A spot happened to open up, so I suggested my granddaughter commute by car. You know how public transportation can have some unsavory characters. I drive to work too, so it seemed perfect.
Wait a minute. Granddaughter? Which department does your granddaughter work in?
Yes, your subordinate, Amy Parker, is my granddaughter.
She's your relative?
My granddaughter, though she's more like a daughter to me.
I had no idea. She never mentioned it.
Her parents passed away when she was young. I raised that precious granddaughter myself.
But don't you think it's a little unfair to be biased?
Biased? No, I'm contacting you as the parking lot manager. Now that you understand, please make sure to pay properly. I don't think you'd do something as petty as making your subordinate pay, would you? Especially while working at my company?
No, of course not. I'll take care of the payment immediately.
And apologize properly to Amy. You caused trouble for your subordinate.
I will. I'll apologize first thing tomorrow morning.
Good. I expect you to treat all your subordinates with respect going forward.
Absolutely. You have my word.
I'm glad we understand each other. Amy, are you really going to work today? Yeah, I can't stay home forever. That's true, but after the whole thing with Jake, won't it be awkward for you at the office? Probably, but I can't let that stop me from doing my job. I warned him, but Jake's a proud person, so I'm worried he might hold a grudge against you over this. If he holds a grudge, that's his problem to deal with, not mine. You're worrying too much, Grandma. Am I? It just feels like this situation could still get worse. Really? Really? You've already taken the hardest step by standing up for yourself. Well, I'm nervous about facing him today, but I'll make my stand. If that's the case, then fine, but let me know immediately if anything happens. I will. I promise I won't suffer in silence anymore. Okay, thanks. Don't worry. Things can't get any worse than they already were. That's true. At least now you know you have my support.
What is this, CEO? Sudden termination?
I wouldn't do something like that suddenly. I sent you plenty of warnings through HR.
But I thought those were just formalities!
Formalities? I told you to fix your compliance violations.
I haven't violated any compliance policies! Where's your proof?
The proof was witnessed firsthand and documented thoroughly.
And what exactly are you calling a compliance violation?
There was a report. Someone reported that you were harassing and bullying your subordinate.
Harassment? I was just managing my team the way I always have.
That's why you're being disciplined.
But other managers do the same things I do.
Then they should be worried too, shouldn't they?
You say there was a report, but you don't usually visit our department, do you, CEO?
No, I don't.
Then you can't even know if that report is accurate.
Are you suggesting the report was fabricated?
Why won't you listen to my side? These situations are supposed to involve hearing both parties out.
There's no need to listen, because I'm the one who filed the report.
What?
I was concerned about Amy's situation. I was worried that someone as proud as you might say something terrible to Amy. But if I, as CEO, went to the department openly, I wouldn't be able to see how you normally operate.
So what did you do?
So I became a janitor.
No way! That new janitor who's been cleaning the office lately?
Yes, that was me. You didn't notice, did you? I usually wear full makeup, so with a bare face, I'm unrecognizable.
I never would have thought that kind janitor was the CEO!
Oh, what do you mean by kind? Are you implying I don't normally seem kind?
No, that's not what I meant!
Well, it's understandable. I've lived a life dedicated to work.
Everyone always said you were tough but fair.
I took over the company from my father, but before that I was famous for being a strict, difficult woman when it came to work.
You were aware of that reputation?
But that's only when I'm working. I know how to read the room. That's why I could slip in as a gentle, grandmotherly janitor. I also wanted to see how you all normally work.
How much did you see?
And I watched your behavior toward Amy. You constantly attacked her character and stuck her with menial tasks.
I was trying to help her grow! A tough love!
Not only that, but you never apologized for this whole incident, and you even threw documents at her,
I never threw anything at her!
saying, "How dare you snitch to the CEO?"
That's a misunderstanding! I just accidentally bumped into her!
Accidentally? So you accidentally throw documents at her every day?
It wasn't every day! They weren't thrown, they were placed firmly!
And you constantly blame her for everything, calling her incompetent and saying she causes trouble for everyone.
But she is slow! Everyone knows that!
Even if Amy was struggling and causing problems, as her supervisor, that would be your responsibility too.
I tried to train her, she just wasn't learning fast enough!
Instead of acknowledging that, you bullied and cornered her.
I wasn't bullying anyone! I was maintaining discipline! And there's no point wasting time on someone who won't learn no matter how much you teach them!
So that justifies harassment? Don't be ridiculous.
It wasn't harassment, it was performance management!
Performance management doesn't involve personal attacks and intimidation.
I was trying to motivate her to do better!
By telling her she's worthless and threatening her career.
Sometimes people need to hear hard truths!
There's a difference between constructive criticism and abuse, Jake. I thought she seemed down, but I had no idea she was suffering from harassment like this from her supervisor. I feel terrible for not noticing, but I'm different from you.
What?
As CEO, as your supervisor, I have a role in correcting my subordinates' mistakes.
But I followed all the proper procedures for managing difficult employees!
That's why I sent you repeated warnings through HR and gave you chances to improve. But it was meaningless. You didn't try to change your attitude for a whole month.
I did try! I stopped using her parking spot!
Only after you were caught, and only temporarily. Instead, you used your position to threaten Amy into silence, telling her not to defy you as her boss.
I was trying to maintain order in my department!
So I'll do the same thing to you. I won't show mercy to anyone who continues to hurt my precious granddaughter.
You can't do this! This is personal bias!
I'll use my position as CEO to eliminate you.
Wait! That's abuse of power!
Oh, you're the one who abused your supervisory position first.
That's different! I was managing my team!
Don't do to others what you don't want done to you. That's something you learn in kindergarten.
This isn't fair! You're using your relationship with Amy against me!
You're the one who needs to go back to school and learn from the beginning.
Please, give me another chance! I can change!
You had a month of chances. You chose not to take them.
I didn't know she was your granddaughter! If I had known...
So you only treat people well if you think they have powerful connections? That tells me everything I need to know about your character.
That's not what I meant!
The decision is final, Jake. Clear out your office by the end of the week. Grandma, what do you mean Jake got fired? It's exactly what it sounds like. HR received a report that you were being harassed by Jake. But I never filed a report with HR. I told you I never talked to them. I know you didn't file the report, sweetheart. Then who did? That's impossible. My harassment went on for a whole year. A whole year that I knew nothing about because you were protecting everyone. Nobody could help me. Anyone who tried to protect me would have been treated horribly by Jake too. You are probably right about that. Jake seems like the type to retaliate. A report like that, there's no way anyone could have made it. I even told everyone to stay out of it because I was fine. But you weren't fine, were you? No, I wasn't fine at all, but I couldn't let anyone else get hurt because of me. You endured it. You endured and endured until you couldn't take it anymore and chose to quit. I didn't want to be a quitter, but I felt like I had no choice. But couldn't you have made that decision much earlier? Why did you put up with it for so long? Because I would worry about you? There was that too, but what other reason? I thought if I left, someone else would take my place. I overheard the senior employees talking. They said Jake always picks on new hires. He has a pattern of this behavior? Apparently, Sarah from accounting told me quietly that 3 people quit last year because of him. 3 people, and nobody reported this? People were too scared to speak up. He has connections in HR, remember? If I quit and someone new came in, that person would probably suffer, so I endured it. I thought if I could just bear it alone, that would be enough. You were trying to protect future employees by sacrificing yourself? What a foolish thing to do. It sounds stupid when you put it that way. No, I'm sorry. It doesn't sound stupid. It sounds like you have a good heart, but it also sounds like you don't value yourself enough. I just didn't want anyone else to go through what I had went through. You should have consulted me about this. I didn't want to rely on you, Grandma. Why not? I didn't want to worry you. I finally became independent and could take care of you. I didn't want to cause you worries or trouble. Amy, that's not how family works. What do you mean? Taking care of each other isn't a burden. It's what we do because we love each other. But I felt like I should be able to handle my own problems by now. Some problems are too big for one person to handle alone. That's when you lean on family. But in the end, I caused you problems anyway. I'm sorry. You have nothing to apologize for, but you seem to be misunderstanding something. What am I misunderstanding? I'm not idle either. The position of CEO isn't easy enough for me to constantly worry about my working granddaughter. I know you're busy. That's why I didn't want to bother you. This time there was a report, and as CEO, I couldn't overlook it, so I imposed discipline, that's all. Grandma. I would have done the same thing for any employee being harassed. The fact that it was you just made me more thorough in my investigation. Thank you for believing in me. I've always believed in you, Amy, even when you didn't believe in yourself. Hey, Grandma, you were in my department today, weren't you? Huh? What are you talking about? I wasn't there. You're lying. You were there, disguised as a janitor. What are you talking about? A janitor? I don't have time for something like that. Grandma, I know it was you. You can stop pretending. I'm not pretending anything. I genuinely don't know what you're talking about. But that was definitely you, Grandma. Did you see my face? I didn't see your face. You were wearing a mask and glasses, and your hat was pulled down low. Then you can't know if it was me or not. But your mannerisms were exactly like yours, Grandma. Huh? You cleaned so carefully, and even though you never spoke, you greeted every employee who passed by. Lots of people are polite in the workplace. Just like when you're saying thank you, you always told me that employees are treasures and assets. That's just good business philosophy. The way she walked was exactly like yours, Grandma, I'm certain. You might be seeing what you want to see, sweetheart. I've been watching you my whole life after all. Grandma, you were watching over me, weren't you? No, I wasn't. That janitor must have been someone else who just happened to be similar. But yes, I have confidentiality obligations, so I can't say much. but the person who reported the harassment was a janitor. Really? You found the courage to take action, and that moved the heart of an elderly janitor who was watching. That's all I can tell you. An elderly janitor who cared enough to get involved. Sometimes angels come in unexpected forms. Grandma, see, I didn't do anything, so stop being so considerate all the time. You don't have to be a grown-up with me. But I want to thank whoever helped me. Just be my granddaughter again. It's lonely when you say that you don't need my help anymore, you know. I'm sorry I've been so distant lately. I was trying to be independent, but I ended up pushing you away. You don't have to choose between independence and family, Amy. I'm still learning how to balance everything. We all are, sweetheart. Even at my age, I'm still learning. Thank you for always being there for me, even when I don't ask for help. That's what grandmothers are for. After that, Jake found another job, but it seems Grandma has connections at his new workplace too, because bad rumors spread quickly, and he couldn't get promoted, remaining stuck as a regular employee. I heard through the grapevine that he's been complaining about unfair treatment at his new job too. Apparently, he still doesn't understand that the problem was his behavior, not some conspiracy against him. Some people never learn, I guess. As for me, after that incident, my identity as the CEO's granddaughter was revealed, so I transferred to a different department. At first, I was worried that people would think I only got my job because of nepotism. But my new colleagues have been really welcoming. They judge me based on my work, not my family connections. Now I work in another department while having the opportunity to observe Grandma's work up close. I was amazed by her boldness in speaking her mind directly, her tireless energy in personally visiting distant business partners, and her sincere and honest approach that defies her age. I've watched her handle difficult negotiations with grace and firmness. She never compromises on her principles, but she always treats people with respect. Even when she has to make tough decisions, she does it with compassion. Seeing how many people admire her up close made me realize just how incredible Grandma truly is. Employees from every department speak highly of her, not because they have to, but because they genuinely respect her. She's built a company culture where people feel valued and protected. I want to grow into someone who can be sincere and straightforward like Grandma. Sometimes showing a strict side, but always acting with love for the people around them. I've learned that being kind doesn't mean being a pushover. And I've learned that standing up for yourself isn't selfish, it's necessary. Thanks to Grandma's example, I'm becoming the person I always wanted to be. Strong, but compassionate. Independent, but still connected to the people who matter most. And I never have to worry about my parking spot anymore. Grandma made sure of that.